Hello everybody, it's your boy Sen Pineapple, and today here we're doing a rant and review of this little game known as Beastro. Now, I'm going to try to make it quick because if you can't tell, I'm sweating my nuts off here, and frankly, I should be naked in front of an AC or swimming in some liquid nitrogen. It is so hot today, but yeah, alright. That being said, we'll start with the cons like we have the last few times. The cons for Beastro are mainly just two big things. And the first one has got to be the late introduction. And by that, I mean there's elements of the game that should have been implemented much, much earlier. For example, the toucan. If you didn't watch any of the Let's Plays, that's fine. I'll let you know from here. There's this little guy. What the hell just shook my house? I, whatever. There's this little guy, toucan, that comes to the garden and he waters your plants. Oh, that's awesome and shit, right? Yeah, it is. Only problem, he only came like I won't even call it the last quarter of the game. Like the last two or three runs, he came and showed up. Introduced way too late for like a little helpful mechanic. It was a nice touch for those three runs I had him. I guess that was it. Like maybe come in a little earlier than that, okay? He would have actually been a super nice mechanic. And instead, he just kind of turned into an insult. You just like, okay. And speaking of late introductions, there was another one. And how this game works is you have four domains, four big domains throughout the campaign, through like zones and areas. You start with the umami, which is the Oishi denizen. Then you go to bitter, which is Callan. He's the bitter denizen. Then sweet, which is Azure, the sweet denizen. Then this last guy. I call him the last guy. He's the sour denizen. Who is he? I don't even know. Why? Because he was introduced while I was on my way to kill the final boss, to fight the final boss. Why are we introducing a brand new character when I'm on my way to finish the game? That it was way too late. It was way too late if we're being honest. I to the point of like I wanted to get to know him, but at the same time, here's a boss. He's right, boss, right here. What? Why would I? Oh, did you come to help? You're too late to help. What are you doing here? That guy served no purpose. Like, none. He looked cool, looked like a frog, lizard, salamander guy, and he had a mean personality. He's sour. But, like, I also forgot to explain the general gist of the game. You take place in, like, a food... Wait. I'll do that when I get to the pros. Cons. Just that late introduction. Man, it really beat me up. Introduce your shit earlier, okay? If you want people to use your mechanics, introduce them earlier. Alright. My second con with this game is every character in here is way too trustworthy or just way too innocent. Besides Bitter, because he's a bitter asshole, right? But that's where I come in with this. He's the only one. You have multiple accounts. For example, Travers, Panko, the main character's friend, Travers. He is a main suspect for the person that's opening up these portals that are like apocalypse. They're not like, a danger to the world, but they're a threat to the common everyday citizen. And they do mess a lot of people up. They're not good because they come from a different dimension. And Travers is like one of the number one the only actually the only suspect that you have for the longest time. The longest time. Like for two or three whole areas. He's the only suspect you have. And when he finally shows up to Palapori, the only city you would get to see. Panko and everyone else is like, oh, he's awesome, let's go, he's back, he can start cooking and helping out and all this stuff around the city. And like the only one that's like, yo, this wasn't here our main suspect. What are we doing here? Is Cal, the bitter guy. And that's just like I don't know what to call that character development. That's like too trustworthy, too simple-minded. How he gets let into well, I think he gets brought back by Callan, actually. Regardless, this is another tangent for this everyone is too trustworthy. The main gatekeeper of this game, his name is Bull. B-U-L, Bull. And how does he let... This city is shut off, by the way. It's completely blocked out. No one's allowed entry. It's completely blocked. You're not even allowed to leave through the main gate. You have to sneak out. Is what you can learn from the character dialogue. Now, how do these guardians enter? They knock on the door. Bull lets them in. And then they sign their little book. Yeah, I'm here. What? And you ask Bull, you're like, Bull, why'd you let him in? Aren't we supposed to be on shutdown? And Bull goes, well, a bad guy wouldn't knock. All right. How is this city still standing? How is the city still standing? That makes no fucking sense. A bad guy wouldn't knock. All right. You win, I guess. Holy shit. I don't even know, dude. I just yap. I don't even know where I am anymore with the everyone is being too. But those are my main examples of everyone being too trustworthy. All right, it knocks my socks off. When I was playing the game, I was like, what the? Is that real? Are we really? Here's the last example. I went over Trevor's, the people being led into the city, and now you have Prakash, who is the big bad, right? She's the big bad, but you didn't know, and she gets led into the city, and everyone's like, "Yo, Bitter, since Travers wasn't guilty and you locked him up in chains, are you gonna do the same thing here and lock her up? What if she's not the bad one either?" And Callan just goes, "Yeah, what if she's not the bad one? She's still starting the apocalypse and shit. Like, you think I'm a big idiot, monk? You think I'm a big idiot, man? Like, he's the only one with common sense that these are complete strangers. And she had a broken hearth key on her, which were the keys to unlock the gates that started all this apocalypse portal shit, right? And he's the only one that finds it suspicious. That's suspicious. Yeah, that really makes no sense in terms of character, right? There's just how is no one even doubtful of any other character in this entire game? Does not make sense. At least Callan was there to carry for a little bit. Even though his people kind of were a big reason to starting this whole apocalypse. I digress. He kind of clutched up big through this storyline here. All right, now for the cons, that's it. Those were my big two. The late introductions of mechanics and the characters being way, way too trustworthy. All right, on to the pros. This game is super unique. And I should have probably explained this before I did the cons, but you play as Panko, like an animal chef guy, in this vibrant, bright world where cooking is everything. It's based off of your everything from the plants to the people to the spirits to the fighting to the guardians to the main villain. Everything is based off of cooking. The town names, your combat techniques, or whatever. Everything is based off of cooking. It's awesome. It's so cool. Like I was saying earlier about the denizens, you have the umami, spicy, which got eradicated. Rest in peace, spicy. Sour, bitter, and sweet, and salty, and salty. I think that's all six. It's awesome. I don't know if I've ever played. I don't know if I've ever played a game that based its entire universe off of cooking. I really don't think I have. No, nothing else is ringing a bell. Very creative. And another pro of this creative world is it's so beautiful. I feel like it's been a long time since a more well done game like this has come out with this bright, vibrant color palette. Everything's so bright and shiny and beautiful instead of like a two-tone color palette. This uses every color under the rainbow. It's gorgeous, absolutely stunning to look at. Everything is pretty to look at. It's just beautiful. And time for the third pro. It's the plethora of activities, all right? From the cooking mini games, you can boil your food, which you shoot. Yeah, I'm not a big. You can shoot your your ingredients into the pots that you got to boil. You have almost like an old school Guitar Hero, but there's only one lane, right? where you chop up your veggies and you got to put them in your dish. Then you have the frying mini game, which you just dodge these like little grease or fire bubbles, I guess, so you don't burn your ingredients. Then you have what other ones were cooking? That might cover. Oh, and you drop your heat sources like coal, wood, logs into like the fire pit, right? I think that's what that was. Into this fire pit so you can roast your ingredients correctly. And you have to balance all of this stuff while you're being timed, you're being, the harder the difficulty, which I think was based off of like charisma you had with your customers, reputation. It kept increasing a little bit by bit. And that's just in one of the mechanics. That's only in one of them, right? That's just the cooking. Not to mention the fishing, which is awesome. Who doesn't love fishing mini games? Which was very well done. Fishing, and you had this little other side game called Slammers, where you throw a flying clam and do this like mini trampoline just to compete with this guy because you can. Why was it there? I don't know. Was it fun? It was. Yes, it was. It was very fun. And Clyde should give up because he sucked. Clyde sucks at slammers. All right, retire Clyde. Let Panko take over, the main character. What other mini games did they have besides all the? I say besides. There's 6. While you're out roaming in the land, when you come across herbs, you have to do this little circle dig, line up your keys, whatever the heck you want to call it, mini game. And it kept the traveling the board, the overworld, it kept the overworld unique. Just like picking rocks and mining outcrops like iron or the stone. It kept it unique because every little interaction, it wasn't just I know the glare on my glasses, my screen's bright as shit. It wasn't just a little interaction. It was like, like, oh, you're here, and then you move on and you fuck off. It was like, you're here, do a little mini game to keep yourself engaged, and then you can go fuck off, which was awesome. It was very good. Kept kept my engagement to the max. I'm a little ADHD tweaker, if you can't tell by how much I like to yap. Having that stuff in there, it was excellent decision. Very good. And what else would I like to cap off? All the bosses, super cool. A little frustrating, some of them, especially Flamatito. Fucker. That guy sucked, all right? But they're all cool. They take the elements of their trait, like the sour, spicy, sweet, the 6 categories I said, salty, and they embody them into like animals, but almost like a mutation. They mix them up with the characteristics of their flavor. It's very cool. Super duper cool. And yeah, what else would I like to say about this game? No, I think I covered it all. Short and sweet this time. Short and sweat this time. I lost a pound of sweat just yapping here already. That being said, I would rate this game a good 8.7 out of 10. And I do highly recommend it because it's a card battler as well as like an everyday homesteady kind of grow your own crops. It's excellent. Very unique, very creative. Highly recommend it to most people. Not you Call of Duty shooters or EA Sports players. Besides those two besides those two people, those two groups of weirdos, people, um, people, you should play it. You should really check out Beastro. It's excellent. Yeah, I got nothing else. That being said, go check the game out. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it. 96.3% of you aren't subscribed, by the way. Hurts my heart, and it hurts his every being because I beat the shit out of him to vent my frustration. All right. If you don't want to see Fue Coco get the shit beat out of him, you got to subscribe. All right. That being said, I hope you enjoyed everything, and you will enjoy Bistro. Don't mind my hat. Peace out, yo. It's your boy Sin Pineapple. Bye bye.